you. You're the one that I want. So come on, give me love. I'ma show you how to move, how to move.
What's good, y'all? Good morning to everybody that's up in here. Good morning, child. Y'all already know what's going on, girl. Um, child, a mess is what it is. Y'all come on up in here, girl. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. Party on down to the Talk beat. Just kick it, just kick it. Okay, at 10:41 a.m. Chala, I'm still damn near sleepy, girl. But see, I knew I can't sleep. I got to get this shit done while I can. Basketball Wives is gonna be pre-recorded. I'm letting y'all know that right now. Whoever get mad, get mad. I don't care. All right. I don't want to stretch myself too thin, thick, or whatnot. Okay. That's gonna be pre-recorded today. So I can go on ahead and still do Love Hotel at 6:15, I think, today. I still ain't watched that shit yet. I gotta watch that. And I still gotta do Love After Lockup for the second channel. I gotta do last week's episode and then this last Friday's episode, which I think they said was the season finale. So I gotta watch the both of those. It's just a lot. Child. You said it was? Yeah, I gotta watch both of them and put them on the second channel. I mean, I came all this way. I may as well finish it at, right? Yeah, don't tell me what happened. I mean, I know, but don't tell me what happened. Now, when it comes with the meme, I'm just messing with the meters. All right. Y'all know I gotta have my little special meme. This ain't even for the meters. These is for the fake ass hold dogs. So meters, don't get in y'all feelings. That ain't towards y'all. All right. The hound dog stuff is not toward the meters. Okay. That's for the fake ass hound dogs around there. Y'all know who they are. So I want none of the meters getting in they fellas. I ain't talking about the meters. Talk about them fake ass hound dogs. Y'all know them mellow hoes. Talk about them, not the melon. Or am I? Nah, let me stop being messy. Nah, that ain't for y'all. Y'all know me and the Mellors, me and the Mellors, me and the meters, we been all right, we been. So nah, it ain't that. Child. I clicked my button because friend, I'm not having it today. She's a liar. Well, what's there to have? I don't even know what she said yet. First of all, hey Ebony, I knew you was gonna show your ass up in here, but I don't even know what she said yet. I just know that she did the interview, but I don't know what she said yet. I don't know what she. Don't come around here telling me what happened. Let me listen to it. You already ready to get up in here and windmill, friend. I don't even know what the lady said yet. See, I had to come to the court of law because Ebony came up in here with her briefcase ready to go on ahead and start serving truth and justice. And I'm like, wait a minute. I don't even know what the lady said yet. Child. All right, y'all know how Edna be. Y'all know she be ready to come up in here swanging, girl. I'm like, wait a minute, friend. I don't even know what the lady said yet. I didn't watch it. Friend, I want the truth and nothing but the truth. Well, I gotta listen to it first. Okay, I gotta listen to it first. I don't know what she said yet. Y'all know I get started at the 10-minute mark, and we 8 minutes and 5 seconds in. So whatever. Um, 79 people and 38 funky ass likes, but whatever. I'm only up here because a lot of people told me that she did an interview. I said, an interview with who? And I just find it really. I'm gonna wait till we get to the 10-minute mark. I'm gonna wait till the 10-minute mark, and I'm gonna say what we gotta say. Look, bro, when we playing Marco, oh yeah, we do need to play that. I still ain't played it. I ain't even take the damn wrapper off the shit yet. I got it in the drawer with the rest of my Nintendo Switch games. It's been a lot going on, child. I forgot. But yeah, we do. Lord have mercy, Jesus. Hey, what's good, y'all? Where the millimeters at? Where the millimeters at? What's y'all symbol? What's y'all symbol? What's y'all sign? Like what y'all do? Like drop it in the chat. What's the MeloMelo call sign or symbol or whatever it is that y'all put in the chat. It better not be no damn fan, I know that. But y'all put it down in the chat, whatever it is, because I know it's some MeloMelo folk around here. Where y'all at? It ain't just Edna. 10. Welcome, one and all, to Giving You the Realty Missionary Baptist Church, where my slogan is, I'm at a business that pay me. So if your business go pay me, I'm a man to real good. Like this. And if it don't, it won't. And you're born. So fix that. And you know, you can make it around here. Now, I don't know what else to say. Yeah, so look, I knew that they I knew that she did an interview because so the universal sign for MeloMelo is a pond. A pond. Now I'm gonna need for y'all to find a better chess piece. Because the going thing around here is that's exactly what she do. She be finding pawns to play in her foolishness. So I feel as though y'all should escape that and choose another. Be a bishop. Choose the bishop, or choose the rook, or hell, choose the queen. Don't choose a pawn. All right, I don't feel like that's helping her cause at all. Like I'm sure they got the queen or the king or something like that. Use one of them, not the pawn. That's just some unsolicited advice for the millimeters because we cool or whatever. All right, so that's just some y'all didn't ask for it, but I'ma give it the fuck anyway, type of thing. So yeah, well now I know. I'm gonna find the rook or the bishop or the knight or something like that. I ain't finna use the pawn. That's I'm just saying from my outside perspective, because I ain't all the way in there. I ain't all the way in there. You know, I put my I pitch my tent on the outskirts, and I see what's going on from the outskirts from my binocular. That's as close as I be, Ron. Anywho, that's for the gads. Now, I don't know what Miss Wanda said, but the only thing I know is it made a lot of the MeloMelo folk hot. That's the only thing I know. Then I went under the Then I went. First of all, y'all doing these people so wrong because it's 2.7K views, but y'all only gave these men 177 likes. Y'all should be ashamed of y'all should be ashamed of yourself. Y'all should really be ashamed of yourself. They got more comments than they got likes. Like y'all should really be ashamed of yourself. Y'all so petty. I ain't even trying to be funny. Y'all so petty. Like, how y'all get these people more comments than likes, bitch? You should have just gave them as many likes as comments, because comments is also helping them give revenue. See, y'all think y'all doing something by leaving a whole bunch of comments, but see, comments is what matters. Lord have mercy, Jesus. Well, Marcella comment got pinned, and she said it was a good interview. Hey, Chef, what's good, friend? Great interview, guys. And I unfortunately have to debunk Show Enough Wanda interview. She lied. She lied all up and through there. Hey, Chef, y'all know that's my friend right there. I love me some Chef. Lord have mercy. Now Wanda done lied all up and through there. As a mother, Wanda telling Mel to go find her baby daddy when Mel was married to Martell at the time is speaking against Mel and Martell's child. Wanda was insinuating that the child had no father, which could which could do which could do potential harm to the child if seen via the internet. Now, friend, let me tell you something. I That's the issue that I got. And listen, it is not Miss Wanda's job to protect nobody else's child. You understand me? And I feel like a lot of this shit that Leisure Suit and MeloMelo did themselves could also harm their children should they come see this on social media, should they come see this on Instagram, should they come see this on YouTube. Like, I don't understand how we're placing all this blame about what somebody else is sharing is gonna see on the internet, but I feel like they did some of the same. I mean, they played dirty with each other, like on social media. They've said dirty things about each other via the show, confessionals, things like that. Like they said fucked up shit about each other. You know what I mean, on IG or whatever. So it's like, why place all of that blame on Wanda? So Miss Wanda saying that and their kids are going to see that, and that's so terrible. But I mean, wouldn't did you like personally? I would be embarrassed if I was one of the Eminem clan. I would be embarrassed by all of y'all, parents included. I would be embarrassed by my parents as well as everybody else around there, because to me, I would take it as, well, none of y'all gave a damn about us. Like a lot of the things that was going on, a lot of the things that was said, a lot of the things was done. Like if I was them, I would be like, didn't none of y'all give a fuck about us? Honestly, like that's just me. All right, that's just my opinion. I'm not telling y'all wrong for y'all. But I'm just saying, like seeing that comment, it's like, nah, you giving Miss Wanda way too much, because if I was one of them, Sharon, I would definitely let it be known. Well, I'm embarrassed by each and every last one of y'all, to be real. Like, None of y'all hands are clean when it comes to embarrassment and how it makes y'all children look. Being honest. And the same can be said, and in this, I love my husband and my sister wife. But the same could be said about them, like Marceau. How do you think Marceau Jr. is really going to feel when he really goes back to see the episode and seeing how you really used to treat his damn mama? And how you be portraying, how you be having her be portrayed on national TV. Not to mention how you be allowing her to be disrespected by a butt nigga in a leisure suit on national TV. Like that can be in no shade, but Maurice Pooh and Kimmy, the same could be said for y'all. Like Maurice, you run around here getting caught with DUIs. Like, how do you feel as though Maurice Jr. is gonna walk around? Because I'm on the show. That's been brought up to him. I'm on this show. People done asked him questions like, "What's going on with your daddy? Like, what he got going on? And what they saying about this lipstick on his shirt? Like, is your daddy running around that? Did you like?" So let's not put all of that on Miss. That's all I'm saying. Like, you're giving Miss Wanda too much credit when you say shit like that. The second channel is called Gags with T. All one word. Um, Damien, you know darn well the millimeters had nothing to do with Wanda being removed from the show. If you're gonna speak on it, please tell the freaking truth, dude. Lord have mercy. Oh, Damien, they be giving you the business, girl. Damien, how did the millimeters stop Wanda from being on the show? Answer me, you fool. Why y'all giving Damien the business, child? It's clear that Damien loves Miss Wanda and goes to show what type of person he is. Now I resent that shit, Ash, because I like Miss Wanda too. So what the fuck you trying to say? I like Miss Wanda and I go up for MeloMelo when I got her. Lord, here go Hershey. Shout out to Hershey, girl. I know this is gonna be good. And then we gonna listen to the interview after Hershey. But that's what Hershey had to say, child. I'm not shocked that Hershey crawled her ass into the comments. So Hershey say, I could tell Damien, Damien is eat you up, girl. I could tell Damien don't like Mel and real nasty, sassy towards her. But he don't need to help Wanda lie. Wanda has talked about male kids more than once. She admitted she was talking about the baby. Whether she was talking about Sugar Mama or the one that didn't make it here, she was still talking trash about a baby. I mean, that's true, but Hershey, let's be fair here. A lot of y'all go up for a lot of the stuff that's been said about the damn Scott churn too. Let's not act like the Scotch churn don't get drugged and talked about because they have. Like, I mean, like, listen, kick up dust about everybody's children. It should be wrong for anybody's children to be talked about, not just the Eminem claim. Like, I'd be sick of comments like that too, because nobody bats an eye or has anything bad to say when everybody else's child gets drugged through the damn mud. But it's so wrong. You're such a deplorable person because you said something. But like, that's just all I'm saying. Like, can we just have it? Nobody's children should get talked about. I don't give a damn who it is or whether I like them or not. So y'all can kill that argument too, Hershey, and I love you, sis. She also admitted she set up AL, but girl, you don't care. You don't care, Hershey, because you don't like him. You don't care, so don't even try to bring that up and use that to try to put that against Miss Wanda. You don't care. You don't care because you don't like him. So, all right, Hershey. So I'm glad you admitted that you don't like that psycho, but she did set him up to be harmed. But even if that was the case, and then they did decide to jump Anthony, and let's just say that happened. I heard shit, you wouldn't have cared like that, friend. Cut that out. I know you. Me and you friends. You a my around here. Cut that out. And she admitted that all of them knew about the RP. So trying to help her explain that away was disgusting. I hope when he tries one of her show enough Miss Wanda's potatoes, it get him the runs. Lord have mercy, Jesus. I mean, I guess Hershey. Anyway, let's go on ahead and listen to what they got, because we gonna see if it gave everything that Hershey and all them talk about. So we finna see, because y'all know how they do. So we finna see, we finna see if it gave all of that they talk about. And again, I ain't listened to it yet. I ain't heard a word, Ebony. So I'm gonna see if it gave all this fever that y'all giving Damien and them down in these comments. Hey, Prosperity, what's good, boo?
Wanda, you're one of the most talked about cast members on Love and Marriage Huntsville.
I have not been posting yet because I don't have somebody hashed my internet somehow. I don't know.
People either loved you or hated you, right? Let's not say hate. Didn't like you, didn't like you. That's just the way life goes, right? There were rumors that Mel and the Melometers didn't want you on the show anymore, and they put pressure on production. That's not talking about a kid, in my opinion. You saying go find your baby daddy. That's, to me, that's not talking about a child. Miss Wanda, you're being accused of setting up Anthony for when he arrived that he'd get beat up.
I don't care about you talking about me because you don't know me.
A woman came forward and said she was sexually involved with your daughter's husband, also Scott.
How you doing?
Hey. I'm so excited to see you.
Hey, Victor.
Hello.
Okay, so I know Mitch. I seen Mitch on MeloMelo's live. Victor. Okay, that's Victor and that's Damien. So Damien is the if y'all seen the interview, Damien is the one that got the little scarf on his head or whatever. That's the one that everybody was eating up, Hershey and all them. All right, that's the one Hershey and all them was eating up. Hold on. The guy down here in the white, the one that's under Mitch. The guy that's under Mitch, that's Damien. That's the one Hershey and all them was going in letting have on.
I'm glad. Bye, babies. See y'all later, okay? Your mama got me, got y'all. Bye. Love you. Bye.
I'm Mitch. I'm the creator of Bro Chat.
Hi, Mitch.
These are my bros. We're so happy to have you.
I'm so glad to be part of you guys.
We've been talking about you.
Now, what? I do want to say this. I think it's kind of interesting that Bro Chat is doing an interview with Miss Wanda, like right after this whole situation came up with Anthony and MeloMelo in this lawsuit, and he came on MeloMelo Live. So I wonder who reached out to whom for this interview. Did Miss Wanda reach out to y'all for the interview? How would she know y'all? Or did Mitch, did you reach out to Miss Wanda to get this interview? I really would love to know exactly who came to who when it came down to this interview, because it's a little interesting. I'm not trying to be messy. I swear to God, y'all know how I'm not trying to be messy. I'm just saying it is a little strange, a little bit, that just a little bit, that like after this situation happened and then y'all got this interview with this lady. I would love to know who reached out to whom first and why was the reach out even had. And I wonder if Mitch hadn't have been on MeloMelo Live, would there have been an interview with Miss Wanda from LAMH? That's all I want to know. Like, I'm not trying to suggest nothing. I'm just saying it's a little strange. That's it.
You quite a bit and how we're excited to talk with you. I feel like you got a lot to say, right?
Now, damn, you know I have a whole lot to say. Whatever y'all want to hear, I'm here for it.
Well, let's get into it. So, Miss Wanda, you're one of the most talked about cast members on Love and Marriage Huntsville, and the bros were so happy to have you. But before we dive into Love and Marriage Huntsville, we have to talk about
your business, your food truck. What inspired you to start this venture, start your food truck?
When my mom passed away 7 years ago, she always cook. So I want to keep the memories going on. So I always like, she's the best chicken cooker you ever want. I can't get the chicken like her. I can't get the cornbread like her, but I got those potatoes. So I'm doing chicken, potatoes. I have a whole bunch of stuff that I'm just throwing out. Even like, I'm gonna just throw something out there. Lemon rice. A lot of people don't like lemon rice, but
I've never had lemon rice.
You never had lemon rice?
No, I haven't.
Oh, baby, that Mitch. Woo-hoo. It is the bomb. You need to come to Alabama and try it.
Yeah.
Yes. But
Mitch, you ain't carrying your ass nowhere around there. Mitch, you is not about to carry your Mitch, who goes from where you at to Besma? Like and I love Miss Wanda. It's really no shade. But Mitch, you cut that out. You real cute, by the way, Mitch. You little girl. I can't do nothing with you. I ain't no lesbian, but you real cute, Mitch. I like your little smile or whatever. It's real cute. But Mitch, you cut that out. Like, you're not finna go nowhere around there. But I will say this: lemon rice is good. I had that before. I was in college. I forgot who had it. One of my homegirls in college, and it was real good. So I'm just saying.
my potatoes is blooming out here in Alabama. I have all type. I got one that called "Take Me Back to Bessemer." Oh my God! And the reason why I even take me back to Bessemer because I'm thinking about all the stuff my mom used to cook in Bessemer, Alabama, right? So I said, take me back to Bessemer. So y'all know Bessemer is spelled Bessmer, but I spelled it Bessma. So I said, take me back to Bessemer, like mom at the end. Okay.
Got you.
So yes, so that's why I got to take me back to Bessemer. But
okay. So Prosperity said this interview happened over 3 weeks ago. Over 3 weeks ago, before the lawsuit was talked about, was it? Well, if that's the case, then who found it? This was 3 weeks ago. It said it posted a day ago. So what? They did it 3 weeks ago, and they just decided to premiere it 3 weeks later. I mean, okay. Okay. Because I thought I was messed up for a minute. I thought it was gonna say 3 weeks ago, but it said it was a day ago. So I mean, I don't know. We're gonna move on, child.
it is doing great. I'm at just about all the events.
It do sound suspect. So if that's the case, that's what makes it so. Y'all know Kia, my attorney around here, because she is one in real life. And thank you for yes. Because see, now it's making me feel like, so since you came on MeloMelo's live, if it was 3 weeks ago, now since you came on MeloMelo's live, now you thought that you was gonna put this out, it'll help generate some views because you was around there on MeloMelo Live or whatever the case. Now, I ain't saying that's what you did, Mitch. I'm just saying it just came off a little strange to me. And if what Prosperity Thick Girl is saying is true, that you did this 3 weeks ago, but you just put this out a day ago, but then you was just on MeloMelo shit not even about a week ago. I mean, we are in the courthouse, Mitch. So I'm just doing my job, friend.
And I have not been posting yet because I don't have somebody hashed my internet somehow. I don't know what happened, but yeah.
So where can people get updates? Where can people get updates on your food truck? Like, where are you going to be throughout the week?
Oh, that's what I was saying, that they hatched my all my paperwork and stuff that I was doing my live on. That's why y'all have not seen me being live here lately, because I've been hatched a lot. So
your Instagram.
Yeah, my page have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Miss Wanda, I just saw you live on Instagram the other day. Maybe this was 3 weeks ago. Okay, maybe this was 3 weeks ago, because Miss Wanda, I just saw you went live the other day on Instagram, child. When you get hacked? You was hacked, Miss Wanda. Maybe it was 3 weeks ago, which still makes this sus. But I mean, okay.
Okay, so when you get that back,
I got everything up and running now. I got everything up and running now. I got everything taken care of yesterday. So y'all gonna be hearing a lot of me. But yeah, I be through the Fairfield area that's here in Alabama, and I also be in Bessemer a whole lot. At all events that they have here in Bessemer and Birmingham area. So yeah, I will be throughout. But if I go to Huntsville, it's a special order.
Okay.
I got to fight with Musto. He will put my truck on his lot.
Yeah, and black.
Exactly.
Right.
He think his cooks back there can outdo me, but he know if I come down there, I'm gonna outdo his cook, so he don't want me,
Yeah. That makes sense. Okay. Wanda, you and I, for those that don't know, you and I worked together.
Sure.
At the beginning when Love and Marriage really first started, and people, I'm just gonna be real with it.
Okay.
People either loved you or hated you, right? Let's not say hate. Didn't like you. That's just the way life goes, right? And the way this reality TV thing goes. But you were, for me and a lot of us, a favorite on that show.
Morning,
and then
Tisha.
it feels like you just kind of slowly fizzled out. So explain to us what happened, because there were rumors that Mel and the MeloMeters didn't want you on the show anymore, and they put pressure on production. And then, so I want to hear from you. What do you think happened to where we haven't seen you the last few seasons?
Well, right after the Madani thing, the fight at Madani, they put all the pressure on me. And my thing was, I was invited there from day one from Destiny. And then the show knew I was going to be there. So they said no. They called me like a day before the event and told me, well, we need you to film. So my thing was, Destiny was like, well, we don't have anyone there to sell food. So after her event, I knew the cast was going to be there. So she was like, I just want you to come down and I want you to sell whatever, I said, do you want me to do soul food? Do you want me to do finger foods or whatever? So she was like, whatever you want to do. So I'm like, okay. So I decided to do a little soul food and finger food at the same time. So at that time when I got there, a day before I got there, they was telling me they want me to film. And that was not on the mental, for me to do. So I said, okay, fine. That's fine. And right after I was there, me, my cousin, my brother, my sister-in-law, all of us was setting up because that's what I want to do anyway. So we was out there setting up. And so, like a lot of people like, Monso didn't even stop to help her. Y'all see when Monso walked past. I was like, well, he was coming up to film. And I was I had enough people to set up. So it wasn't like he was just walking past me, not, whatever. So after that happened, I'm out there just getting everything ready. And I don't know that y'all know that the Scots was there, not the Scots from Love and Marriage Huntsville, but the Scots from Tatessa. Y'all know Tatessa Scott?
Contessa. And yeah, we knew she was Contessa. And yes, we knew she was there. We saw her make that nasty piece of cameo, Miss Wanda. We knew she was there. I remember Contessa being there. I said, I didn't know that Contessa and Destiny knew each other. We know, Miss Wanda. We gagged that. We know. We saw.
Contessa Scott on Love and Hip Hop.
Only Contessa I know is married to Madison.
Contessa. Yes, her. Her. She was there.
Thank you, Fren, for your super chat.
Yeah, so
for your
she came out, and I guess she came out to show some support to Destiny. And she was getting ready to leave, so she brought a thing of my seasoning.
Show enough seasoning.
Show enough, Miss Wanda.
Yeah, shout it out.
Yes. It is delicious. I'm going to have to send you some. I'm going to have to send y'all some. So after this interview, y'all make sure y'all inbox me y'all address. So I can send y'all some. And try it for yourself. Yes.
Love it.
So to get back to how I got taken off the show for those length of time, I was mad, but it's okay now. I was out there cooking, waiting on everybody to get through. And then after looking at the show, I heard Melanie say, "Oh, Miss Wanda here." She came in front of me about some old stuff that I said on my live Facebook. And she would ask me, "I heard that you said this right here about certain person that I don't have who would find my baby dad or something." I didn't even think that I was even talking about the baby series. I did not. I was not. If I had thought that I was actually talking about the baby, I would have went another route. But when she came in front of me, it's just like, I was not expecting it to happen, right? So she came so fast. She was like, what you had to say? No, first she was talking to my cousin Bernard. Y'all know Bernard. He was on the show.
Right.
So my thing is to keep him from getting in trouble. I went directly to her myself. I said, no, I heard you got a problem with me. No, he don't have a problem with you. I have a problem with you because I knew if he had broke off with something, it's gonna be chaos out there. So I'm like trying to be the one that straightened up everything, but I guess that didn't happen either. So she said, well, what the problem that you had with me? And I said, Why I have a problem with you? Because I never did like the Melon, y'all. I'm just gonna keep it real.
We know.
Ever since she had a scene with Tisha, sit down, scene with Tisha, and Tisha asked her, "Well, you never gave me no type of what word I want to say, gratitude, or like I'm sorry that your grandmother passed, your sister, your auntie passed," and Tisha was like explaining that to her. Well, I felt like you was wrong because of that, and she stood there with a glass in her mouth and laughed about it.
I remember that. She had no sympathy.
And I was like, and ever since then, I just started disliking her. And that right there done something to me, because other thing you had to say, well, I am sorry that your family member had passed away and this and that. But that made me play the different part of who she really are. You know what I'm saying?
Now I do remember that. I do remember. When was that? Wasn't that still season 1? Wasn't that like season 1B? Or was it in season 2? Was MeloMelo pregnant when they had that conversation? Or was that before MeloMelo was pregnant? I remember that. So Miss Wanda is saying that is what caused her to not like MeloMelo. According from what I gather, Miss Wanda is saying that was the point that she decided that she was done with MeloMelo. To let her tell. Yeah, okay, it was season 1B. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that conversation. I do. I remember Tisha harping about that. And Miss Wanda is saying that was when she stopped liking her. Now, I don't know whether that's true or not. All right? I don't know whether that's true or not. But that's what Miss Wanda is saying. Well, this is my first time hearing Miss Wanda say symmetry. Okay? This is my very first time hearing Miss Wanda say exactly when, where, and why does she not like, because I've always asked, well, what did she do? Is it solely just because of Tisha? Or was it like, I've always asked that. And this is my very first time hearing her put a situation to why she don't like her, for me. So that's why I'm saying, I know. But okay. Play.
I did not know Melon was like that type of person, but I know that's part of what's stopped me from being on the show, because of what I say behind it. After she had that scene, I went on my live and called her everything but a child of God. Okay, I did do that. I did do that because that was a hurt feeling to see someone sit on a national TV platform to sit down and smile behind a death. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
y'all saying Wanda always said that. I'm telling y'all.
I dislike her for that.
I'm telling y'all, I never heard Miss Wanda say that. Me, I've never heard Miss Wanda say that. I just always heard her say she didn't like her. Because she always coming for her daughter. She was another Eveline. Okay? She was another Eveline. That's what I always thought the dislike came from. This is my first time hearing her say, well, no, I don't like her because when that shit was brought up, she just sat there and it just looked so cold and act like she didn't give a damn. She didn't even say sucker. I'm just saying, I never heard her say it. So now it makes sense. But okay, Miss Wanda, I guess I'll let you have it. Would I feel away? Yeah, I would. I would feel a way about it if y'all supposed to be cool. So yeah, I would feel a way about it. If that's supposed to be your friend or whatever, yeah, I would. That's just me. We're gonna move on.
Well, speaking,
Miss Wanda, we have to also mention, you were responding to Melody with Melody said that Tisha's dad was in her DMs. Melody didn't say that, and you were responding to that.
Yeah, I won't get to that. That's what I was saying. And then when the fight broke off, she made a statement. She made this statement on Carlos King thing. She made this statement. That the reason why I said what I said is she need to go find her baby daddy. Because her statement was, I didn't know what child she was talking about exactly right then and there. So I just cut off the screen when she said that. Go find her. She said one of her baby daddies was in my DM. And I'm like, which one of my baby daddies? So I'm on the phone calling my ex-husband, right? Because I'm thinking it was him. So I didn't hear the rest of it when she came back and said, ask Tisha, it's her baby, it's her daddy. I didn't hear that part. So after the next day, after I went off. Right. So I said, now how in the hell she gonna tell me to go find my baby? I mean, that's me. I mean, my baby daddy was in her DM. Which one of my baby daddies? You know what I'm saying? I have 3 kids. She should have her own daddy because, like I said, I got pregnant with Tisha when I was in high school. Yeah. So me and Tisha's dad had never been married. We just had a baby. And basically, me and my mom raised Tisha. Her daddy was in her life, but shortly after high school, he went into service. And he got married right after that. And I haven't talked to him since. You know, we still communicate because we got a child together. So when she said he was in, that was not even my concern at all about him being in her DM. I care nothing about that. Me and him have not been together in 40-some years. Okay? I mean, intimate.
Yeah, but that old ass nigga ain't got no reason to be up in MeloMelo's DM. All right, Miss Wanda, he ain't got no business being in MeloMelo's DM. That's just how I feel about it. He ain't got no business being up in MeloMelo's DM, hitting up MeloMelo, saying any damn thing to MeloMelo. That's just how I feel about it. He ain't got no business being up in her shit. He a whole damn man, overgrown, rusted ass man, old enough to be her goddamn daddy. The hell is he doing her shit for?
Together 40-some years. Right. So that was not my biggest thing. The biggest thing is how you said it, how you present it out there. Like, T-Man is my baby. So when you said baby dad, I'm thinking, just like she thought when I said, go find your baby daddy, she was thinking I'm talking about the baby, right? But I really was talking about the baby that she had aborted, that Montel said that she got rid of. Yeah. She didn't, but since she said, well, I got it, he right here, since they were saying that I was talking about the other one, I said, hey, I heard he wasn't the baby dad either. But so that's what all that came about.
That's not talking about a kid, in my opinion. You saying go find your baby daddy. That's, to me, that's not talking about a child.
Me either.
That's what I thought too. Yeah. But they said that's talking about a baby. That's only.
No, I still disagree with that, and I don't give a fuck who get in the comments to get upset with it, because I said what the fuck I said. I said that then, and I'm saying it now. That's not talking about nobody's child. But I still feel like Miss Wanda should have never brought up baby daddies and all the rest of that shit in the first place. All right. Now I still stand by that. But I also plant my ass on that hill where she ain't never said nothing about that guy when it comes to that. Her telling MeloMelo go and find your real baby daddy, that's a read and that's a shade on MeloMelo. She's basically calling MeloMelo a whore who don't know who her damn child is. That's more of a read on MeloMelo than anybody. Basically, when you tell somebody go and find their baby daddy, you basically calling them a smut. She for the streets. So much so, she don't even know if that's her real damn baby daddy or not. That's the read on the mom and the mama coochie. Morals and integrity, stature, and so on and some such.
The thing I said from that day, it took it over the hill. Oh, she on there talking about the baby daddy. She on there talking about her baby. She on there talking about the girl baby. And I'm like, oh my God, are y'all serious?
Yeah.
Because I said, go find your baby daddy. I'm talking. So at that point, she said she didn't want to have no more dealing with me. She didn't want to film with me anymore.
There we go.
Because I said that. And that's how I ended up getting taken off the show. It was going to be me or her.
Oh,
well, speaking on Melody for a second, whether you hate or like Melody, she's obviously had an impact in the show, being that first person who had that idea. And now we see her at the end of last season, she's exited the show. Do you think that her exit is going to have an impact on the viewership and the show's future?
Yeah.
The show itself?
This new season.
I think they got some good peoples there now. I think that they always have had the peoples there. They just didn't highlight them as higher than they was doing Melanie, because Melanie had a big follower. Mm-hmm. She had a huge follower. Of course, they're going to look at the follower, okay? Because that's what makes a show just about. But
I disagree. I feel like they follow MeloMelo and Leisure Suit more because of all of the shenanigans that they had going on. I've always said, we can't blame MeloMelo for the fact that her shit outweighed everybody else's shit. And then the fact that they was going in and out of court, dealing with custody battles. They was battling each other back and forth over social media. Like, their stuff was just more entertaining than what the Scots had. I mean, I was just gonna be honest. Okay. What they had going on in real time, it was much more entertaining than what the Scots had at the time. If y'all want me to be fair. Being fair, all of the shenanigans that the Hulks had going on was way more entertaining and interesting than what the Scots had. Because the only thing that the Scots was holding on to was Tisha and Marceau marriage. And after a while, we got tired of hearing about it. But the shit that was going on with MeloMelo and Leisure Suit, baby, that was the rave. Like that, that was the rave. Like that. I mean, it was. So I don't think it was because she had the millimeters. Girl, please. Now, Miss Wanda, you giving them way too much credit. It had nothing to do with that and everything to do with the fact of their marriage crumbling down outweighed what the other cast members had going on at the time. I mean, that's what it was. Moving on.
I think the people that they got there now, and the way they're gonna set everything off, I can't tell you about it, but the way everything is going, I think y'all still gonna love and Marriage Hospital even more.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be the bomb. Okay.
I mean, yeah, Kia, but I mean, what's more entertaining? The house being built or MeloMelo and Leisure Suit arguing? And don't get me wrong. Yes, a lot of us as reviewers and a lot of us as viewers got to a point where we got tired of seeing every single episode be about MeloMelo and Leisure Suit on. All right? Because people going to bring that up in the comments. Yes, a lot of us as reviewers did get to, because it was so much of it. And we got to, which proves my point. It was so much of it. It was just every single episode wouldn't be an episode without seeing Leisure Suit and MeloMelo arguing. Like that's it was cool until it became too much. And all it was seeing MeloMelo and Leisure Suit and their thing and what they had going on and blah blah blah. Like they started wearing it out. And after a while, you do get tired of shit. Like that's, to me, that's how it was for me.
And I actually think that Tisha, Marceau, Kimmy, Maurice,
you,
Montel, Trish,
You
her
too, that
husband
Miss Ross.
Destiny. I think they're gonna carry a big part, and y'all gonna love this show, this new show,
Hey, baby
Love and
daddy.
Marriage Hospital with Doc Mel. I think it's gonna be the bomb.
Listen, I think it's gonna be good too. One person isn't gonna stop no show. All right. I think it's gonna be good too because it's not gonna be oversaturated with MeloMelo and Leisure Suit. Now there is no excuse why we can't see what everybody else has going on because now the cameras and Carlos and them, Kingdom Reign and all of them, they don't have that to focus on anymore. So now we can really see everybody. All right. And we can really see what's really going on around there. So I do feel like, yes, will I miss MeloMelo being on the show? I will. But at the end of the day, she not going to stop no show from running. She not. No matter what her people say, she's never going to stop this boat from sailing. And I do feel like it's going to still be a good season. We're going to get more from everybody else. And we're going to see what everybody else got going on. And it don't have to always be a Mel and Tail thing. You know what I mean? So, yeah, for me, I think it's going to be a good season. And I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see how everything is going to differ now that one half is gone. So now I can't wait to see how everybody else shows up, in scenes and on confessional. I can't wait to see what everybody is going to give. I want to see who going to clock in. Because for a long time, MeloMelo was clocking in. Now now we gonna see who else gonna clock the fuck in. Now that MeloMelo gone, who gonna be that girl? That's what I can't wait to see. Now that MeloMelo's gone, who gonna be that girl? Is it gonna be Tisha? Is it gonna be Kimmy? Is it gonna be the mannequin? Is it gonna be the Neplicon? Is it gonna be Destiny? Who gonna be that girl?
Great.
And y'all gonna love it. Y'all gonna love what they got to bring. And of course, they bring in Wanda back.
Oh, we're done.
Back. So, yes, y'all know me and Marcel never seen eye to eye. So I'm gonna leave that there.
Well, I actually have a question about that. So obviously, with Love and Marriage Huntsville, what I find about the show specifically is that many shows have all this drama on screen, but with Love and Marriage Huntsville, this spaces like these right here is where half the drama comes from. We see all of these interviews, and so much drama comes from them. And in an interview with Martell and Ariane, a woman came forward and said she was sexually involved with your daughter's husband, Marceau Scott. And you've been vocal about calling out cheaters on the show. Do you believe this woman who came forward?
That's part of something that I will be talking about on the show, so I'm not gonna I'm not gonna tell y'all too much of that. But yes,
a little hint. A little hint. A little tease.
Well, I will say, do I think Marceau and the girl is intimate? My thing was it was a lot of lying going on that I just couldn't take. I couldn't take the lying part. But I did get involved. I got all the way into that ass. I don't know if I can say ass, but yeah. I got into Marceau ass on there for that. So, but it was a lot of lying going on. She had just been truthful
on her
with
part.
everything she was saying.
On the alleged mistress part, you think there's a lot of lying on her part?
Okay. On her part. You know, when she was, I mean, a lot of things seemed like it was school to me, or like it was staged, you know. Yes, it was coached through. Like, I need for you to say this right here to make it seem good or make it look good. And my thing is, I can pick all those little, because, you know, my mom always used to tell us, I'm not a chicken, you can't pick me. You know what I'm saying? You know, we pick chicken back in the days, pluck them, you know, pluck them. So my mom always said, I'm not a chicken, you can't pick me. So, yes, what she was doing was, they was picking. They were plucking at her, but she didn't have enough evidence for me. What y'all think?
Well, listen, when I was watching Miss Wanda, I wanted her to show proof, show the text message, show something. Because listen, that supports her story, but she didn't have that. All she has.
Now, I will agree with that, and that has always been my issue with these hoes who want to come out and say that they've been with Marceau, and they say they got all these evidence, and they never do. That's why I say I'm over the shit. But speaking of Marceau and Tish, now Miss Wanda, I don't know how you gonna take this. Whether you be cool to come out of the bag on me, Miss Wanda, you know I love you from the top of your head to the sole of your feet, girl. But you know I was around there to Juanita Bumpy Curls, honey. And word around the salon seats is that your daughter and your son-in-law really is living separate. And that it's just what I heard. And that I heard that they was living separately when cameras aren't rolling. And I also heard when the cameras decide to come and roll, that's when they want to be this family unit. Now that's just what I heard, Miss Wanda. And I ain't necessarily saying that it's true or ain't true. I'm just telling you what I heard, Miss Wanda. I don't know. So maybe you could speak to that too, because I know you're going to bring your ass around here. So maybe you could speak to that too, but I'm just telling you what I heard, Miss Wanda. Now, I ain't add shit to it, and I ain't take nothing from it. I was sitting in a salon chair, and the tea came to me. They saying that they really live separate around there, and they only coming together to film because they still want to act like that they're that couple. That's just what I heard. So hopefully we can get into that too, Miss Wanda. I'm just saying what I heard.
With her words all by itself.
Well, that is exactly what I was saying too. Even with the picture on his back at the hotel, y'all know I got at him about that. So I don't know, did they show that part when I said, "Hell, the damn show look like your damn big ass."
You heard it too, Deshawnda. Oh, okay. I'm just saying what I heard, Miss Wanda. I ain't saying that it's true. I ain't saying that happened. I ain't saying I believe it. I'm just saying what I heard.
me.
I think so.
I don't want to make sure they call or not. But yeah, because when I go on my live, I like be like spitting all the beans out here, But I know they got on us about talking about, what's going on the show, and especially with my little niece Kiki, what happened with her, talking to bloggers about what's actually going on. Yeah. So now that Mel is gone, hey. I don't see a lot of that talking to the blog about what's actually going on, and the show been going on now for almost 7-8 months, and we don't hear that much what's going on. And then I know I got crossed up inviting a blogger to one of my events that, like I said, once again, that was an event that I was having. Love and Marriage Huntsville did not know anything about. I was having my own event, and I don't know have y'all heard, but I know y'all heard about the AL thing. That coming to one of my events. There was a blogger, AL. Is that what you want me to call him? Because I call him AL. Let me say AL. I'll say AL. Okay, that's fine. AL was invited to an event where the cast were filming. And allegedly, when he arrived, production was surprised that he was there, and they stopped filming because they didn't want him on camera. I invited him to the event, but I was having that I didn't even know Love and Marriage Huntsville was going to film it, okay? Right. I had already planned to have me this grand open. But since they called me a couple days before my event was going on, they called me and said, hey, we want to catch that on the thing, right? I was like, okay, what day y'all want to do it? And so they gave me a day during the week. I was gonna do mine on that weekend. So, which I still done it, but I'm gonna do it on that week. So I called him back. I called Anthony while I was talking to my friend Marcella. I was talking to my friend, and me and her was talking about, I was asking her, I said, girl, I was telling her about my event was gonna happen on that Saturday. But since they said they're gonna film on that Wednesday. So hey Marcella, what's good, baby? Most everybody's at work and everything. We don't do that too business. So if they're gonna film, we're gonna do it on a day. They did it on a day that they know it wasn't gonna be too crowded. So I was like, that's fine. And I called Marcella as soon as I found out that they was gonna film, which was that's probably the next day. I called my friend Marcella. I said, girl, they're gonna film me on Wednesday. I said, can you come down? She was like, Wednesday? She said, that's like 2 days from now. I said, yeah. I said, I know, I'm just letting you know, getting your head up. I said, anyway, call Anthony, tell Anthony to come. Tell him to come. So she said, hold on a moment. When she told me to hold on, she didn't tell me she was gonna call Anthony. She just said, Anthony, Miss Wanda wants you to come down to say something. And so that's how that all started. But I really wanted to tell her, I didn't give her exactly time. I just gave her a date. Okay, so when she called him, I was still on the phone. So of course I'm just gonna like not make it look obvious that I'm like, okay, so hey, can you come down to my grand open I'm having and blah blah this and blah blah that. He said, when? I said it's gonna be on Wednesday. And I gave him the time and everything because they never gave me a time. They never gave me a time. So 2 days, a day later, they called and gave me a time. I called Anthony back and I said, hold on, let me give you a time and everything. I said, inbox me, call me, and I would text you everything because I don't want nobody to think that you just walking, that you just came there. Right. I want you to know that I'm inviting you, but I want you, just in case you run into the cast member or whatever, I invited you. I didn't want him to think that he was just all by himself, that he just popped up there. So which that's exactly what they thought. So when producer called me, when producer called me out there, he was standing right there. Anthony was walking up. And after I gave Anthony a hug and everything, I said, well, welcome. I said, I didn't expect it to be so quick, but okay, it's fine. But anyway, to make a long story short, I told producer walked up to me then, and he said, why is he here? I said, who? Well, no, a couple more people out there. I'm like, who? He said, Anthony. I said, I invited him. From day one, I told him I invited him. So when he got on his platform and say that I lied to them, and I lied, making everybody thinking I'm crazy because what he did was when he came, he knew they didn't want him there, but I did not know they didn't want him there.
He was being messy.
I'm having a thing with the show back on the show. I didn't know him and producer had a issue like that. You know what I'm saying? I did not know that.
Spoiling the episodes. So
I knew about.
Now, Miss Wanda, listen, okay? We are in the court of law. We friends and everything. I love you. But we are in the court we are in court, right? Miss Wanda, you lying, okay? Miss Wanda, you was lying. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't you do a live not too long ago, basically admitting that you did set him up and you did let your peoples know that he was coming beforehand and to let them know when he come and yada, yada, yada. Miss Wanda, I love you, Miss Wanda, but you lying, okay? You lying, Miss Wanda. Either you lied about setting him up or you're lying about this. But Miss Wanda, you's lying. Okay. Yes, I raised my hand because I really needed to interject. Miss Wanda, you's lying. Miss Wanda. Lord have mercy, Jesus. I thought his setup was for the family, not the show. They were filming. They were filming. And then she went live one time, and I'm telling y'all, Miss Wanda got up here and admitted that, yeah, that did happen, that she let the family know about some of the things that he said about Kiki and all of the rest of that stuff. She let the family know, and she told the family that she invited him there. So, Miss Wanda, I'm just telling you what you said, Miss Wanda. All right, that's all. I'm just telling you what you said. You know I love you, Miss Wanda. I love you. But I got to remind you also of what you did admit to, Miss Wanda. You admitted to you let the family knew that he was coming, and you said out of all of the nasty things that he said about your little niece and things like that and blah blah blah. I'm Miss Wanda. I was in that lab and I heard you when you said it. Because she wanted him to get things started per her laugh. So you are correct. What can he get started if you had no plans? Right. That's all I'm saying, Miss Wanda. I just got to remind you of what you said. That's it. That's it. Like, that's all, Miss Wanda. You know I laid pieces. No, she ain't misspoke. She lied. Okay. Butterfly. Butterfly. Don't you that she ain't misspoke. She lied. She lied. Okay. We just gonna call it take a thing. She lied. And I love Miss Wanda. I'm not coming down on her. I think it's funny. Okay. I think it's funny. I just gotta remind Miss Wanda of what she said. That's all. But I still love my Miss Wanda. That's my Miss Wanda. I love my Miss Wanda. It ain't never no shade with Miss Wanda. I just got to remind you, Miss Wanda, what you said.
About all of that, but I did not know that him and producer was in it. You know, that's the way he was talking. If you listen to his shows, he was like telling the people that he got an in-house connected, like if he was dating someone on that filming crew. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that's what I was thinking. He was dating somebody on the filming crew. That's how he got all his in-house connection.
Right.
Well, Miss Wanda, speaking on that type of thing, knowing things ahead of time and whether people know things or if they don't.
Wait, hold on.
Your daughter, Letitia.
I want you to ask that. But I want to know, Miss Wanda, you're being accused of setting up Anthony for when he arrived that he'd get beat up. Is that true? Did you set up Anthony?
No, I did not. I would never do that to any human being, period.
Yeah, I don't see you.
Now, my thing was, Anthony had a lot. I did say Anthony had a lot to say about what happened instead of telling the truth about what happened. I said, only thing I said, which I did have a lot of family members there, they wants to meet Anthony. They wants to talk to him because the thing that was going on with him and Kiki and the thing that went on.
Miss Wanda, Miss Wanda. No. Miss, no. Bailiff. Miss Wanda, don't make me, Miss Wanda, I'll hold you in my chambers for an hour. Don't play with me, Miss Wanda. Stop all of that. Your niece died. And he said a lot of people say he said a whole bunch of fucked up shit. You really mean to tell me you really felt like you telling your family knowing everything that done happened and what he done said, that when he showed up, you really think all that Amin and all of them is gonna do is talk to him? Stop, Miss Wanda. Okay, Miss Wanda, stop. You got on your laugh and you set up there and said, yeah, because we from Besma, and you know how Besma people do, and Besma this, that thing, and the other. Miss Wanda, cut that out, sis.
with me in the past. But to fight, to argue, and all of that, no, they just want to meet him like in person. They never met him, so I'm like, yeah, he'll be here, you know. But my family want to talk to him, but not to fight or to do anything. It's like just two of my family. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like a whole bunch of my family just sitting out in the woods like people betrayed it to be. I said, to be honest with y'all, and I talked to one of the bloggers, I said, to be honest, my family just wanted to talk to him. Mm-hmm. And it was not have anything to get beat up,
they wanted to speak
set up, or none of that. They did talk to him.
Speak with Anthony because Anthony has had a history of also talking poorly about Tisha, talking poorly about Kiki. Do you think they want to confront him for things that he said?
Miss Wanda. I mean, okay, Miss Wanda, if that's your thought, if that was your thought process at the time, if you really believe that all of your family just wanted to sit and talk to Anthony about the shit they said about his wife, they mama, sister, cousin, niecey poo, then not to mention the things that he did say about you, because he gave you a whole fume. I mean, okay, Miss Wanda, you know your family better than anybody. So maybe honestly, all they really wanted to do was just talk to him and try to get some things cleared for whatever the case may be. Maybe they won't go and try to jump on him and pounce on him. I mean, I don't know. You know your family better than I do. So maybe that is what it is, Miss Wanda, because I don't know your family like that.
No, I didn't think they'd want to confront him about what he said about Tisha or what he said about me back in the past, or even Kiki, because we already knew that Kiki she's just like me, got a mouth on us. But I think they want to meet him as a person because.
Yeah, but see, you know what, Harriet? You can't compare the two. Miss Wanda is family. I cussed out family all the time. That's what family do. Family cuss each other out to the bone marrow. But that's family. It's a whole nother thing when you have an outside person coming up in here infiltrating family and like saying this, saying that, this, a thing, the other. Like I hear what you're saying, Miss Harriet. But no, ma'am, we not gonna add the two. We're not gonna add the two. That's just like how I feel about Scotty. I talk about Scotty like a junkyard dog. Y'all can't. Y'all come around here and get out of sideways with Scotty. I cuss your ass out. Hog tie you and toss your ass up out of here. After I just got finished running down on him like a junkyard dog. But I can do that. That's my best friend. That's my family. You can't. It's like that.
That's all the stuff that he have said. I mean, me personally, out of all the stuff Funky Dineva has said about me, I wanted to meet Funky Dineva. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to meet him, not to fight with him, not to argue with him. Because at the beginning, he had a lot to say about Tisha. He had a lot to say about Marceau and everybody. So my thing is, when I heard all this stuff about Funky Dineva, I said, "Oh, I want to meet him and let him know my family's not the way you think they are. You know, we're not that type
of." Hey, Ash. Hey, Ash, how you doing, sis? Well, that's one down. Where her she ass at? Because I brought her she ass up too. That's one down. Where her she at?
People. Mm-hmm. So to keep the mess down, we did not want to meet AL about no fighting, about what he said about somebody. I can deal with anything because you don't know me. I don't care about you talking about me because you don't know me. It's a different story. You know I'm a hoe, and then you going out here saying, "Oh, she a hoe, she a hoe." Listen, I thought me and you friends, you should be out here talking about me like this. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't know me, it's a lie. That's all I can look at. It's a lie.
I don't know Shay Harriet. You know I like you, girl.
Only time you're gonna actually see me just get down in the mud with someone when they basically just tell a scandalous lie. You know, like a lie like that. I know that I went to bed with her. You know what I'm saying? Right. I know somebody did this right here. That's a scandalous lie. Talking about me like something that you really don't know about. Now I'm gonna go in with you on that. But other than that, and then I let the truth be the truth. Right. Let it just rise. I knew he was telling the truth about what Kiki was saying, so I just want to talk to him about it. Why did you go out there? Why would you go out there and tell everybody Kiki said this? Why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? I mean, something like that right there should have been between you and her. Why did you open the doors up like the way you opened the doors? And I felt like
that's all well and good, Miss Wanda, but see, it's still not gonna look good, and it's always gonna look sus because it doesn't take your entire family for you to go out there and just say that to him. I felt like if that's really what that was, Miss Wanda, there was no need for your family to be there. You could have just sat down and had that conversation with Annie and be like, well, Annie, you know, even if that is the case, and I believe what you're saying, blah, 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 you know, why do so and so and so? Like, that's all I'm saying, Miss Wanda. It was much better ways for you to get that done without it giving setup tease. And I'm sorry, Miss Wanda, what you gave in that moment was setup tease. That was setup tease 101. And if it was that simple, Miss Wanda, you just could have had that conversation with him. It wouldn't have looked funny. It wouldn't have looked like a setup or a gang up, or you had your family waiting in the wings to come and confront him. And who's to say, even if your family was to come and confront him, that emotions don't run high? Because now you're drudging up old shit, and that's gonna have feelings come up. And now this person is in your face, and you're mad, and then who knows what might happen. You know what I mean? So like, I hear what you're saying, Miss Wanda, and I'm cool with giving you the benefit of the doubt, but I still feel like I feel. You could have still did that with just you. You and him could have had that discussion. It didn't have to be your family waiting in the background and all that. Like that's
And he's still doing it even with Ariana. He's still doing it. So my thing is, that's just who we are. So I mean, that's who he is. I'm not gonna argue and fight with him about who this person is. You know what I'm saying? So I just leave it alone, and they can take it. Everybody else out there can take it the way they want to take it. I mean, it doesn't bother me at all. It doesn't. But to set him up to fight with him, that is an absolutely no.
Okay.
Thank you, Marcella, thank you, Marcella. Thank you for being honest and being real, and thank you, Miss Marcella. Thank you. That's all I'm saying. Emotions is going to be running high. People already is going to feel away. Like you're. Thank you, Marcella. I appreciate you, boo. And if you don't know what Miss Marcella said she not lying. She just fabricating a little. No, she lied. Marcella, okay, she lied. Fabrication is a lie. Do you understand? A white lie is a lie. Do you understand? I'm trying to protect her, but AL was going to get jumped. Thank you. That's why I say, Miss Wanda, no ma'am. You could have had that conversation with him off campus. You could have told him to meet you down to the Piggly Wigglies, or down to the Publix, or down to the Walmart parking lot, or down to the Shell. Shit. You could have told him to meet you down at the Black parking lot, and y'all could have sat and had that discussion there. It was ways to have a discussion with Anthony without your family being around. Y'all coming in here trying to make up all these excuses for Miss Wanda, but don't. I love Miss Wanda, and I ain't making no excuses for her. So please don't.
So yeah, just to think about for a second, knowing things ahead of production. Something your daughter Letitia spoke to Carlos King about is that she knew of the Revenge P content being spread around ahead of that premiere episode on season 8, where she and the cast were trying to get contact. She had already been privy to Martell doing that and that information. Some people are calling out Letitia online, saying that she was wrong not to tell Melody ahead of time and give her a heads up. What's your take on that stance and what people are saying?
Well, my thing is not to knowing that the truth is the truth until the truth came out. People can say a lot of things that, oh, we got to take out on someone. Why would I tell her that? Let me back it up. First off, she didn't know it was true. She heard it, but not knowing the facts is totally different. Right. The second thing, her and Melanie is not even speaking at this time. So why should I go to someone and tell somebody something when I know that you dislike me? You know what I'm saying? I mean, if
I don't listen. And I'm not finna say this again. I'm not finna say this again. Once again, don't get me wrong. I totally get it. But the same, because I do want to say this. Some people can look at what MeloMelo did on that live people can look at what MeloMelo did with Anthony, that live in the lawsuit, and with how Scotty got brought up. People can look at that one or two ways. People could look at that as she's trying to incite some shit to get some drama started amongst content creators and blah, blah, blah. Or you can also look at it from the side of even though she knows a lot of people don't particularly care for her, they was named into some shit, and she just wants to do the right thing and let them know ahead of time. Look, this what's going on. I'm finna get sued. Your name got brought up. I don't know why. I know you don't like me like that, but I just want you to know I'm being sued and your name got brought up in. I just like, for me, I just feel like even though I don't like somebody, it's still some shit that I wouldn't necessarily go up for. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, let's say I was on the show, and let's say, of course, y'all know how I felt about MeloMelo. I ain't like her ass for the first 6 seasons. Okay, so y'all know if I was on the show, I'd have gave her the blue. But if I was sitting in the circle with Tisha, Kimmy, and all them, and then that topic came up, and then it came up that all of that shit was going on, and Leisha Suit planned to leak it. And I'm only speaking for me. Even though I don't fool with her and I ain't liked her for 6 seasons, I still would have given her a heads up. That's just me. I'm just that type of person. All right? I'm just that type of person. Even if I don't like you, and MeloMelo said it best, even if I don't like you, some shit should still just be too far. And I do feel like that type of thing, knowing me, and I'm being real honest with y'all, because y'all know how critical I can be. If I don't like a bitch, I don't like the bitch. And whatever happened to what happened. But I do feel like there's just some things that I wouldn't be able to just, okay, oh well. And I know I got to be around you, even if I like you or not. I got to be around you. I got to see your ugly ass face. I got to hear your voice. I got to do this. I just know me, and me being a Pisces, that shit would bother me. You know what I mean? So I would tell her. Now I'll let her know, look, you can do with this information what you will, because you know I don't stand your ass. But at the end of the day, right is right and wrong is wrong. And I just won't be able to sleep easy at night if I don't say this. So I'm just giving you a heads up. You can take it or leave it. Knowing me, that's the way I do it. You can take it or leave it. You can think I'm lying. You can think it's a game. You can do whatever. But just don't say ain't nobody told you. And then I'll go on about my way. And then I feel a lot better about myself. That's just me. So don't get me wrong, Miss Wanda. I get it. I get it. You know, you feel like MeloMelo did a lot of shit to Tisha. And MeloMelo feel like Tisha did a lot of shit to her. I totally get it. I get it. But at the same time, it's like, when is too much too much? You know, and when do we put a cap on something? You know what I mean? But whatever. I ain't about to have this conversation with y'all.
I know that you just like me. I don't care what's going on out there. I don't care what happened. You know what I'm saying? That's just who I am. So my thing is, if she basically said, told Tisha to go find out herself if Monso was out there cheating. Okay, did y'all remember that? So she said on national TV, well, you need to put your children to bed early and go find out yourself. So why can't Tisha do the same thing? Okay, I know about this right here. I'm gonna let her go find out herself. I'm gonna let her find out it herself. One thing they know better than the other. That's the way I look at it. Y'all, a lot of people may say, well, that's bad, that's bad, that's bad. No, that's something that you and your husband were gonna have to deal with at the time. She was still married to Montel. So that was something her and her husband had to deal with. She didn't want to get in between them and saying, well, what if Montel went back together and all this had broke out? And Tisha would have been right there in the middle of all of this mess. So no, she did the right thing. I feel like she done the right thing, not to go back and say anything. And another thing, that her and Melanie is not even talking. They're not even on that page, period. If I dislike you and you on your end, and I'm on here on my end, I'm gonna let you count yours on that end, and I'm gonna do mine on this end. If Melanie has to call her and say, well, I heard somebody say that. Did you hear this? Or did you hear in this rumor that going on? Then I feel like it was Tisha's time to say, yeah, girl, I heard about it, and blah, blah, this. Melanie never called Tisha and asked Tisha anything. So, hey, it's what it is.
I mean, again, that's fine. I'm not mad at anybody who wants to feel that way. I mean, that's cool. Just know I ain't one of them. So I don't want nobody getting up under the comments trying to give me much, because I said what the fuck I said. I don't roll like that. I don't roll like that. Because if they'll do it with you, they'll do it to you. And then God forbid somebody get hot with me, find something out about me and placard all over the place, and then everybody else knew and don't say shit. Like I that ain't me. Like I say, I can still not like you, but I can still be like, yeah, no, yeah, I don't like her, but hell no, you going way too far, nigga. The fuck, right? Is you okay? Like that's just the way Joy Sand raised me. I mean, I don't know. But fine, Miss Wanda, that's your opinion. You free to have it. I'm not upset with it. Cool.
Just, I mean, I think that if I'm fighting with someone and you think that one of these people heard something or one of my cast members heard something, my thing is to get on the phone and say, hey, did you hear about this right here? I mean, it worked two ways. Everything worked two ways. Everything ain't got to be just on Tisha because Tisha heard about it. Melna also heard about it. Everything that goes on in these streets, they already know. Both Indians, all 6 of them know what's going on out here on these streets, okay? Mm-hmm. They own on YouTube Street. They got friends on YouTube Street. They got best of friends. And out of all people, Melna got the most people out there. So I'm pretty sure some of her people called her and told her, hey, I heard that they got this thing going on. That,
but I don't. Compared to when people will find that out, to when the inner circle knows, fine, Miss Wanda. Fine. Okay. See, this is what I mean when it comes to this black women shit. And this is why I always laugh my ass off when people get up under the comments with the black women this and the black women that, and black women is always disrespected, and black women is the most disrespected person in America. Black women is this and black women is that. Like, see, that's why I laugh when y'all do that shit. Like, because of stuff like this. Here it is. I'm gay as hell. Like, y'all swear up and down, I hate women. But here it is. I'm telling y'all, whether I liked her ass or not, I still wouldn't have let her go on out like that. Like, that's just a lie. But okay. All right, cool.
Martell got going on, this blah, blah, blah. So what's wrong with getting on the phone, calling your other two friends that you mates with, like Kimmy and Tisha, say, hey, did you hear this right here, what I heard that going on?
Yep.
And then if they didn't tell her, then that's a different story. But for me coming to tell my enemy what's going on, what she called her enemies, she said she's her enemies, right? So if they're your enemies, why should I tell you anything? I'm your enemy.
Yeah. Well, Miss Wanda, the bros on Bro Chat, we had so much fun with you. You have to come back. You have to come back because we have a lot more to talk with you about, a lot more to ask you about because you never hold back. Is there anything that you're so excited about that's coming up that you want for your fans and your viewers to keep an eye out for?
Basically, I'm glad you mentioned it. Basically, all the people were saying that I was not going to get that food truck up and running. I want them to, hey. I want Marceau to be the main one. I want them to get at Marceau because Marceau.
He doubted you.
Right. Marceau was the one that didn't believe it. He did not believe in me.
Right.
Okay. And y'all gonna see that on the show how me and him, got at it about this truck, about Wanda was gonna do all this right here. I was gonna work hard to get this done, to get that done. So yeah, I want them to put a big patch on that.
Yeah.
Tisha doing Mason Meter things. I want them to like jump on that because a lot of people's out there saying that Tisha copycatting on this, doing that. But baby, when they see that blow up, it's gonna blow up all in their face.
Yeah.
And Scott Manor, oh my God, y'all, I'm telling y'all, it is it is ready to expand. They are doing a thing with Scott Manor. That right there be seen on TV. Y'all gonna be like,
good, I can't wait to see
I'm telling y'all head. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe this. So they are doing big things down in Huntsville.
Yeah.
I mean, like I was saying, I'm an hour and maybe 30 minutes away from Huntsville. So a lot of people are like, well, why Miss One is not there? Why Miss? Because I have other things. I have a new baby that I just went and adopted. That I was taking care of him all along, but now I adopted him. So now that's my baby. So I got to take care of him.
Miss Wanda, you a mama again. How old is this little boy? Miss Wanda, you done already did your time. You done already served your time and put your children through school and college. They done got married, had children of their own and everything. Then you done started over again. Who is this little boy? How old is he, Miss Wanda? Child.
That part, you know what I'm saying? I got a lot going on in my life now. And that truck, working it every day. I mean, every single, as soon as I get off the phone with y'all, I'm going out there. I'm going out there. I'm going out to make that money. And I tell y'all, when I tell y'all, this is like anywhere between 1,000
y'all get my likes up.
I mean, like a day. This right here, what this truck is bringing in.
Yes.
Revenue. I mean, revenue. I'm telling y'all.
Congratulations.
So y'all think I'm going to lose that to go to Huntsville?
Yeah, congratulations.
I go to Huntsville to film because I'm making money.
Yeah.
Okay? I don't go down there all the time, but when I do go, I want to see some progress. Exactly. So I always stop by Black. I'm always gonna go by Black, and I'm gonna sit in there. I go there for the weekend or whatever, and I'm also gonna go by Tisha House, and I got a couple friends that live there, and I'm also gonna go up there to the mountain, Scott Mountain, and see what they're doing. And I also went by. Y'all probably see it on the show that Kimmy got her a restaurant opening up soon.
Well, we can't wait to see that.
And it's nice.
See, we need you to come back when the show airs.
You have to come back once the show airs. You can.
Yes, I will.
All right, that's pretty much it for the little bro chat thing. That was cute. Like I say, I'm not here to argue with none of y'all about how y'all feel about the whole. Listen, that's fine. That's fine. But I'm more than sure if the shoe was on the other foot, y'all would be the same hoes getting up under these comments, mad and hot with MeloMelo for not giving Tisha heads. I just want to bring that up. Y'all would be the same ones getting up under here mad. Ain't nobody tell her nothing. Ain't nobody let her know this, that thing, and the other. Ain't nobody do this, that thing, and the other. She ain't got no friends around here. And all of the rest of that. I just want to bring that up. But, yeah, you know what? I don't really know why this interview upsetted y'all either. And I don't really know why y'all got so pissed with Damien either. Like, I don't necessarily think Damien was mean to MeloMelo. I don't feel as though Damien gave her any venom. I don't feel as though Damien gave her any vitriol. He just gave his opinion on how he saw things. Like, I was waiting to see this mean, hateful person that the people said that he was in the comments. And people gave Victor some too. And I was waiting to see, well, what did they say? I mean, I don't know. Maybe they'll tell me what they said in the comments, because y'all know they always see something differently for what we all see. So, I mean, I don't know. Yes, T, they would, but why are they still talking about Mel? Because why not? Mel was a part of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Kim, y'all saying that Mel is the queen of every damn thing, so why are y'all upset that people are still talking about her? I would think that y'all will find that flattering that she's gone from the show, but people are still talking about. Like, I don't understand what the problem is. If she's the queen, that's what queens do. Queens get talked about, good and bad. Look at me. I'm the king around here. And I get talked about every day. Good and damn bad. But do you think I care? No, not really. Because I'm the king. That's what happens. Like, I don't be understanding it. Like, she's getting what all queens get. If y'all saying she's the queen of reality TV, and she the queen of OWN network, and she the queen and the creator of Love and Marriage Huntsville, then she's getting what all of the queens get. When hasn't the queen still been talked about when they gone? Nene was talked about for years after she left Housewives. Sheree was talked about for years after she left Housewives. Phaedra was talked about for years after she left Housewives. Like, I mean, what's the problem? Like, this is nothing new. People that's been on reality TV and abruptly leaves, of course. Most of the interviews that's done, they're going to be asked, well, how do you feel about MeloMelo being gone? What do you think about MeloMelo's departure? Do you feel as though MeloMelo should have left? Like, of course that's going to happen. Like, y'all, I don't understand y'all. I really don't. Like, what's the problem? She the queen, right? Okay, then. That's why she getting talked about, because she the queen. Y'all, why can't y'all just look at it that way? You know you're not supposed to have an opinion on Mel. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yang. I got an opinion on Mel. Okay? She came around here and everything. And I still got my damn opinion. That's why I'm the king. I say she's a successful Black woman. They wanted her gone. She gone. Nobody can make you leave unless you decided that you wanted to leave. Be clear, Kim. People wanted MeloMelo gone since season 1. She stayed for 8-9 seasons. Let's not act like this the first time. People been wanting her gone since season 1. I mean, let's just be honest. But just because that's the case don't mean nothing. People got the right to talk about her. People got the right to bring her up. People got the right to ask questions about her. I don't be understanding why people get mad, because she was on TV. T, can I have whatever opinion he wants? Just asking a question. Yeah, I know, Kim, you fine. But that's all I'm saying, Kim. Like, I don't be understanding what the problem is. Like, if y'all say she the queen, well, that's what all the queens get. They get scrutinized. They get talked about every damn time. Don't nobody else complain. You don't hear Kenya complaining, do you? You don't hear Kenya. You don't ever hear Team Twirl complain. They want her to be the queen so bad, but don't want her to get what comes with being the queen. Exactly. Queens and kings, because I'm the king. I always get talked about. Whatever. Whatever. That's what happens. Carlos has international viewers. Who's watching Nubian? They have the least viewers. Oh, I forgot all about Nubian. She's a public figure like the others on the show. If the others are being talked about, what makes Mel different? Right. That's what comes. She was on a reality show, and people gonna ask, what you think about Melo being gone? What you think about MeloMelo leaving the show that she created? They gonna ask, girl. They are. They are. That's just like if Stormy decided to do an interview. You don't think they're gonna ask her about MeloMelo and where she stands with MeloMelo and how she feels about the show and so on and some sort? Yeah, they are. They are. Just like if Tiff Taff was to do an interview, a pop-up interview somewhere. You don't think they finna ask her about MeloMelo? What she thinks about her leaving her own show that she created? And all this, that thing, and the other? Like, isn't being talked about good and bad thing too? Beyonce taught me that it is a good and a bad thing. But it comes with it. It comes with the territory. But it's okay, meters, because there's gonna come a time where the MeloMelo thing is gonna die down because she's not on the show. So I'm assuming by next season they won't bring up MeloMelo no more because there won't be no reason to. They would have had a whole nother season without her. And now the focus is what happened on that season. Y'all will realize it. Y'all will start to see it. She's gonna phase out. We're not gonna ask about her no more. Because there's gonna be other stuff going on, new seasons is gonna be produced, other drama gonna happen, and she gonna get faded out. Let me guess, y'all gonna get upset about that too, huh? I don't know, but that's really all I got. Miss Wanda, you know I love you, baby. And Marcella and Butterfly up in dig that. Marcella and I'm so messy, but dig it. Marcella and Butterfly up in here trying to take up for you, girl. Trying to talk about something that you was throwing some fabrications. Girl, you lied. But okay, girl, you lied. But even with that, Miss Wanda, it was a cute interview. I ain't gonna hold you. It was a cute interview, Miss Wanda. I do appreciate you for doing other interviews with other content creators versus it being me and Scotty and the usual. Like I thought it was a cute interview you did with Bros Chat. Excuse me, I didn't mind the interview. I thought it was real cute. I still don't know what y'all still so hot with Damien and Victor about, but y'all will tell me in the comments. Y'all always do. I must have missed it. I hope I was fair. As y'all know, anything dealing with MeloMelo, the people swear up and down I ain't fair. I hope I was fair in things that I said. Thank you, baby, for your cash app. I appreciate you, boo. 111. I appreciate you, baby. Thank you so much. Yeah, I hope I was fair. I tried to be fair as much as possible. I called out what MeloMelo did think. What I think. Well, hopefully, if I didn't, somebody will remind me and say that I didn't. But I definitely called out Miss Wanda. Yeah, well, not to me. Well, I ain't gonna necessarily say it wasn't no big deal, but depending on the context you meant it. If you meant it in the same context I did, I agree. I rewatch it, but I still don't know what Damien did or said that had all these comments. I really don't. Hold on. If LAMH is going to be so great without MeloMelo, why is she being brought up in this interview? Mel left and she's still being discussed for the majority of the interview. Why isn't Wanda speaking more about the actual upcoming content of the show? She can't tell y'all anything that has not been shown, stupid. That's why. And they're asking her the questions about MeloMelo. Don't sit here and try to act like she just made her shit all about her. No, the interviewers asked her questions about that pertain to MeloMelo, and she answered them. This interview speaks volumes of expectations for the new season. They're still searching for storylines while finding a way to use Mel's name to promote it. You sound retarded as the fuck. This interview could have been. Wanda is a big liar. Tissue can email Mel when she needs advice on something. Damien, Maurice literally said Wanda admitted she said she was talking about the baby. If you going to go back, go all the way back. Ask her if she's ever been arrested for shoplifting. Why does that matter? Why does it matter what Miss Wanda did when she probably was a teenager? Why do you think we would give a fuck about her shoplifting some damn 26 bag of potato chips? Now, I mean, unless y'all saying she run around here knocking over ATMs like Leisure Suit and his uncle was doing allegedly. Girl, Lord, I knew Bro Chat were haters of Mel. Millimeters need to understand these peoples are using Mel's name to gain her audience. This channel is going nowhere without talking about Mel, and they're hurting for views. They let this woman lie on Mel and agree with her. Y'all better unsubscribe. See, that is the shit. Y'all see this bitch? Because she used to be in my chat too. This hoe right here. Her. Y'all remember her? The finance bitch? This hoe? That's the type of shit right there that I don't like. You don't like the interview. Fine. Why are y'all trying to disparage people or trying to take people's subscriptions away from them? Why? because you don't like the interview. Then don't like the interview. But yet, y'all the first ones to get into the chats to say that y'all don't do shit like that. Lord, here go Ebony girl. So Ebony says this former producer Damien has it out for Mel. Oh, he's a producer. Why are you talking about Mel? Did you really research before you interviewed this old woman clouding off of Mel's name and she's not on the show? Again, y'all listen, y'all already know. Ebony is gonna get under here and windmill girl. Like Ebony is gonna get in here and windmill girl. That's one thing Ebony gonna do. Ebony gonna get up under these chests and windmill him. Lord have mercy, Jesus. 1, Wanda was lying. 2, unsubscribe. 3, I was a fan until this raggedy interview. Then you were never a fan. You bitches are never fans. If one interview can cause you to unsubscribe from a person because your views and opinions don't align with them, then you were never a fan. And I really wish y'all would stop calling yourselves fans. You were never a fan. I have people that followed me since 2020 when I first started reviewing this show that love MeloMelo down and are MeloMeters that never left this channel. Even though they don't agree with what I've said about MeloMelo, even though they never agree with my side on things, they never left. They always stayed right here. That is a fan. That's a fan. That's a supporter. That's somebody that's really down with you and down with what you do, whether they agree or not. That is a fan. That is a supporter. You hoes are not supporters. Y'all are bootlickers. So, and I really feel like y'all are doing them a favor by getting the hell up out their damn chat. Bro, chat, if you, Mitch, Donovan, Damien, Victor, if you, 1866 Mutt Begone. Hit me up, bro, chat. I don't know none of y'all personally. But if them hoes is still up under your stuff and they don't know how to lead, DM me 1866 Mutt Begone. And I will click my button and come fight for you. Okay? Okay? I will click my button and come fight for you. 1866 Mutt Begone. Call me. Child, here come Pretty Brown Eyes. Y'all know me and her done squashed that shit. And so because we squashed that shit, I'm going to go on ahead and read her comment. Dear God, this is some pure hot garbage. Show enough was dragging males / her children, comparing their hair types, calling her everything but a child of God. She spoke on several live streams, chats, channels, and panels. Carlos asked MeloMelo about Wanda, and MeloMelo explained how her baby daddy was. Her DM, I don't know. Wanda was in messy Facebook groups posting pics on Melody's child and other men. This wasn't about no unalive baby. You guys should have did this better research. Letting this lady spare her delusions is terrible journalism. Dear God, PBE, give these men some back up off of them, PBE. They not journalists. Okay, they is not journalists, PBE. You giving them way too much, friend. They's not journalists. They panelists. Lord have mercy, PBE. Why can't these people do interviews without speaking about Melody? So did Damien get fired from production? He seems to have an attitude. I missed the attitude. I missed the attitude. I'm disappointed in you, bro, chat. This was the worst interview I ever watched. This unhooked, no talking person is hateful and hates MSR Melody Cherie Rogers. Why bring her? Oh my God. And this won't no bad interview. I thought the interview was good. I thought the interview was good. I didn't find nothing wrong with the interview. All three of them had their own individual questions for Miss Wanda. And be clear, Miss Wanda had the most beef with MeloMelo. That's another thing. Miss Wanda had the most beef with MeloMelo. Like, no, it won't, Ebony. I like the interview. Each of them asked their own individual questions, and she gave the answer. It won't no terrible interview. It won't no bad interview. It won't hard to watch. Like, it was not horrible. The only thing that y'all mad about is the fact that MeloMelo was brought up. That's what made it horrible, because MeloMelo was brought up. Won't nothing wrong with that damn interview. Not Nate. Other than when she lied, because that's what she did. Marcella and Butterfly. She lied. Okay? I'm calling y'all other than her getting up here and telling that bold-faced lie. It was a good interview. But you're not going to find that she lied, and why are we going to talk about Melly? I said, I brought up that she lied. Ebony, what more you wanted me to do, friend? It's her interview. And they asked her the questions. I mean, what y'all mad at her for? Y'all, but why are y'all mad for what? Unless she's mad, y'all have no reason to be mad. You a Faraday, they just have the don't say her name rule. Well, they know. I always say her goddamn name. And they get over it with me. So if they could get over it with me, surely they could get over it with anybody else. Surely they could get over it with everybody else. What makes me so special? We mad because Mel not checking for them. That's fine. They're not checking for MeloMelo either. Just because they asked questions that was pertaining to her does not mean that they checking for her ass. That don't mean they got a problem with her. That don't mean they don't like her. That don't mean none of that. Mitch was on her Instagram live not too long ago, and he was very pleasant with MeloMelo, and she was pleasant with him too. Clearly, they're not, Ebony. Y'all just want that to be the narrative because y'all, for whatever reason, feel like she's not supposed to be talked about. I don't know why y'all feel like y'all gonna make grown people not talk about somebody, but I mean, okay. But I really wish y'all to get over it, though, friend. Nah, it was a good interview. I still got it in my likes. It was a good interview. I still got it in my likes. You know, if I thought it wasn't good, I would have unliked it and got it out my shit. Yeah, and they was the ones that gave her the information about Annie. See, if they was really as messy and convoluted and all of this stuff as y'all trying to make it seem like they are, they would have never reached out to MeloMelo in the first place and told them about that. What they would have did was brought Anthony ass up there and did just that. See, that's messy. Now, then I would have understood why y'all would have gotten under their comments with all of that. But they didn't even do that. Like, hold on, there go my girl. There go my girl. Hers. Mel can be talked about, but lied on. She won't lied on. MeloMelo was not lied on in nothing that Miss Wanda said. Now, where Miss Wanda lied on was that whole part about Anthony Lofty. Nah, she ain't told no lies on MeloMelo Hershey. She really didn't. Now, the big lie she told was about that whole Anthony Lofty's debacle. Friend, she lied about putting her hands on Mel and talking about her kid. She didn't talk about her kids, so that's not a lie. Now, as far as her putting hands on MeloMelo, I don't know. I mean, I didn't see nobody hands get laid. I didn't see nobody hands get laid upon them. So I'm not here to say she did or she didn't. I ain't hear MeloMelo said Miss Wanda hit her. I didn't hear it. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear where she laid hands and feet on MeloMelo? Drop the link. We approaching 2 hours. Absolutely not. We approaching 2 hours. Wanda is a coward attacking Mel from the back. Oh, girl, please. Ain't no rules when it come to fight. All right, Naz rules when it come to fight. Naz rules. Because it's MeloMelo. Child. I bet you if MeloMelo ran up on her ass from the back, y'all wouldn't feel that way. Now, would you? Yeah, she did. Mel never laughed at Tisha grandma passed, and Wanda did talk about her kids more than once. She did not talk about her children more than once. Now, as far as look, I don't know if MeloMelo laughed. No, I think MeloMelo did. Did MeloMelo laugh? Y'all remind me. Did MeloMelo laugh? I don't think I remember MeloMelo laughing. I do remember her being matter of factish about it. I do remember her being whatever about it, but I don't necessarily recall her laughing. I gotta go back and watch it for myself. I ain't finna take y'all word for it. I'm gonna go back and watch it for myself. Because I don't think I recall her laughing. I do recall her being like whatever about it. That I remember. But as far as her I gotta go back and watch it. Smart cookie, and you know I love you, baby. Girl, y'all finna wear me out with this hair shit. All right? Y'all finna wear me out with this hair shit. Like, all of the girls got beautiful hair. Can we move on? All right, fine. She talked about her hair, her children's hair. MeloMelo laughed when Tisha told her that her grandmama died. So as far as I'm concerned, they're even. MeloMelo smirked and or laughed, allegedly, when Tisha said her grandmama died, and Wanda talked about her sharing hair texture. Fine, they even. Can we please get over it? God damn, y'all gonna beat that shit till Christ come home. Get over it. All of the girls got beautiful hair. Ain't none of them nappy head, bald-headed scallywags. What are we upset about? Can we please get over that shit and move on? Y'all acting like Miss Wanda done cussed this lady churn out. Now that's talk about a bitch cheeky churn, cussing out they damn churn. Now that's talk about the churn. Lord have mercy, Jesus. Okay, so when Sonny bought Maury, she wasn't talking about the churn then. Yeah, no, she wasn't, but she was still out of place, out of line, and out of pocket, and that hoe needed to shut her goddamn pie hole. All right. Mega Man is not Wanda, MeloMelo, Tisha, or the Eminem clan. Okay? Absolutely not Hershey. She should have shut the fuck up and minded the business that paid her and fucked her nigga. That's what she was supposed to do. Hershey, I know you lied. Hershey, you know I got a complex about Mega Man. You wrong. You hateful for that, Hershey, because you know I got a complex about her, and then you want to sit over here and bring her up. Hershey, I don't appreciate that. Hershey, I don't appreciate that. Well, then Hooked on Phonics need to shut the fuck up and mind hers. Well, you tell her. Shit. I'm tired of talking to Miss Wanda. How am I not being fair? I am being fair, Ebony. I said MeloMelo laughed in Tisha's face when she said her grandmama died, right? And so since y'all are considering what she's comparing the hair textures, was talking about the churn, so I said fine. Both of them did some shit that was underhanded and shouldn't have never been done. So now we can get over it. I feel like that's fair. I feel like that's fair. MeloMelo shouldn't have laughed at Tisha when she told her that her grandmama died, and Miss Wanda shouldn't have compared the hair textures. I feel like that's fair. Was I not being fair? I feel like that's fair. Too Feisty told me you dog me, so I'm not feeling. Don't listen to her ass. She lying. You know she a liar like Catherine. All right. You know she a liar like Catherine. Okay. That is not what I said. What I said was I knew you was gonna hop your ass in the comments because when it came down to win MeloMelo and showing up, you bought your ass in the comments. And you know, I read your comment or whatever, and you know, did I give you a little light, a little light, but but I went up. I went up, and I let everybody know that you wanted to favor my eyes, Ronnie. Yeah, but you know what, Kim? Laughing in that moment, we got what we got. Maybe, and I'm willing to give you that, Kim. I'm willing to give you that, Kim. I'm willing to give you that. But laughing when somebody said that they suffered a loss, whether she laughed at that or laughed at Tisha's antics, she laughed. And because she laughed, we as the audience have the right to take it however we presume to take it. And she laughed. So, you know. So a baby deserves to be talked about because it's a sad baby. Who said that? Who said that? You said that. Hold on, let me go back up in the comments. Yeah, people talked about coleslaw sad baby, and so what? Male isn't out here having spite babies and using them to. Yeah, but you know what, Nanny of the morons? But see, Nanny, that is why when people get up here and try to make that argument to Miss Wanda, that's why it falls flat. That thinking right there, Nanny, is why the shit falls flat. Because Knox didn't ask to be here. And it don't matter that she had him out of spite. Knox didn't ask to be here. And any overgrown, rusty ass person who finds pleasure in dragging an innocent kid who did nothing to nobody. This is why a lot of people don't care when the Eminem churn get ran down on. This is why half the people don't care to click their buttons when things negatively have been said about their kids. I guess. I don't understand what makes y'all think that that's the way that the world goes. That y'all feel like it's okay for a sad kid to get talked about, but God forbid, Miss Wanda said something about the hair textures. She's branded for life. I mean, okay. Again, Nanny of the morons. That's your opinion. You free to have it. I mean, hey. Is Mel out here saying ish about a child? Probably not. But the fact that y'all feel as though it's perfectly fine for a baby to get ran down on because y'all don't like the mama, that's a reflection on MeloMelo. I hope y'all know that. That is a reflection of MeloMelo. I'm just saying. That is a reflection on MeloMelo. It is. Because if you got people who want to move heaven and hell when one person's child gets talked about, but you don't care when an innocent kid gets talked about because you don't like their mama, what are we doing here? And that's my thing. See, that's when the show became unfun because there was once upon a time where nobody's child got talked about, whether it was the Scotch children or the MeloMelo churn. There was a time, there was a mutual respect there. Nobody's child got talked about. I don't know when the disconnect came about or when people lost their fucking minds with this show, but everybody wants to still hold on to what she said about a kid hair texture. But I got comments saying that, yeah, the sad baby got talked about, but so what? Because the mama had him out of spite. So then talk about the mama. Talk about the mama. Whatever. See, Wanda was being nasty. I guess Hirsch. Let's just call it spade spade. Close Law talked about Mel's churn, and that's why people was talking about hers. Everybody needs to keep kids out of it. Whatever. Well, then if that's the case, then the harlot is to blame for all this. If that's the case, Hershey, then the harlot is to blame for all this. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine with placing it all on that bitch's doorstep. Just let me know that's what we doing. Where do you see male kids get dragged? I don't know. I ain't never seen it, but they swear up and down it's been channels that done woe her kids from the Rudy to the Tootie. Again, I ain't never seen it, friend, but the people swear up and down they have. So, and it's also a reflection of MeloMelo because she's keeping people around who don't mind talking about an innocent child. That's her fan base. So it is a reflection on MeloMelo. The same way that y'all put reflections of what everybody else say on the Scott's people, it's the same thing it is with MeloMelo. Again, I'm always fair. I'm always fair. The same way fans take up for the Scots and then y'all blame the Scots for the shit that the fans go out here and say, the same thing. But like I said, I don't know. I ain't never seen where people went in and let have on MeloMelo. I never saw it. But see, all of the millimeters be telling me, T, T. I seen this here and I seen this there, and then I'd be like, okay, well, send me the link. I never get a link. I always ask people to send me the link. Send me the link of when the kids were talked about. I always ask people to send me the link. I never get sent the damn link. I asked for it though. I asked for it. No, Tanya, they just say people have talked about I think they say it be in the Facebook groups. I don't think it be on Instagram. Being fair, I think they were saying they mostly see it happening on Facebook groups. I'm not a part of Facebook groups. I'm on Facebook, but I don't have nothing to do, excuse me, with the LAMH sector on Facebook. They're saying that they see it round there. So that's probably why I never see it, because I never be around there. But listen, T-Bird Talks, I'm just telling you what they've told me. They're saying that they have seen that and it be happening on the Facebook chats. And I'm not on the Facebook chat, so that's why I never seen it. You say because it ain't none? I don't know, friend. I'm just telling you what I've been told. I ain't never seen none of my millimeter CC friends talk about none other well, other than one. But I ain't finna get her much. I ain't finna get listen, again, I'm not gonna stand on my high horse. I'm not gonna stand on my high horse because there was this one time Ariane made me real hot when I was reading the court papers and she brought something up about the Eminem clan. And then, I kind of went in and let have on Paris a little bit. But I did. I did. I was doing a live and I was reading the court documents and she said something about the Eminem churn. I can't think of what it was that she said about the Eminem churn, but it pissed me off. And I did. I kind of, yeah. I'm so ashamed. I am. I'm so ashamed. And I shouldn't have did it. I shouldn't have did it. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have did it. I shouldn't have. So like I say, I ain't gonna get too high mighty, but Not y'all remember. You were accountable though. True, I was. True, I was. I said, you know what? My bad. I shouldn't have did that. I did. I did. And I said, you know what? My bad, little Patty. I shouldn't have did that. You ain't had nothing to do with it, but I retched for you because your mammy retched for them, and I ain't appreciate that. I did. But but the funniest thing though, won't none of y'all really pissed about it. Since y'all trying to call me out, won't none of y'all really pissed about it. Now it was a few people who said, now T, you know you don't do that. But there was a whole bunch of y'all who really didn't give a shit. Like y'all was I do want to bring that up. I do want to bring that up. There was a lot of y'all that turned a blind eye. I'm just gonna say it was. Nah, because we understood how you got there. It was wrong, but we got it. It was justified because he started it. It won't justified. I shouldn't have did that. But I ain't get her too much. You know, I ain't cuss out like she was a grown ass adult. It almost got there till I caught myself and I said, Now, if y'all want me to be honest, it almost got there until I caught myself. So, so, but anyway, y'all, I'm over my 2 hours. That's it. That's all. I ain't got no more. This was fun. Scotty is a good friend. I remember that laugh. What laugh? What Scotty done? Well, let's be clear. These folks aren't his friends. He's cool with them. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why y'all be taking it. Like, y'all take it and run with it. Y'all know my thing here is friend. I've been saying friend for what? 4 years at this point? 4 years, 3 years? Like, y'all know how this goes. Y'all know my friends. And then y'all know the people that I'm cool with. He was the main one saying not to talk about the kid. I mean, yeah, Ebony, don't you start with me. Okay, because I ain't making no excuses. But Patty got what she got because her mammy put her dirty, ratchet ass mouth on the Eminem cheering. That's the only reason why Patty got what she got. But it still won't right. I shouldn't have did that. It still won't right. I shouldn't have did that. She a child. She a minor. You know what I'm saying? And all of my vitriol just should have stayed on her ugly ass man. I ain't even have to drag her in. Yeah. T ain't no Shamia with that word. Show ain't. Now I was wrong, Edney. I was. That's why I said I ain't gonna stand on my high horse. I was wrong. But be clear. That's why she got what she got. But anywho's, that's it. That's all. I ain't got them. I appreciate y'all for being here. Y'all got me over my 2 hours. I wanted to give y'all something. Like I say, Basketball Wives is gonna be pre-recorded. I think Scotty said he was gonna do the same thing. I don't know if he kept his word in that, but I swear up and down he said he was gonna do the same thing. I am gonna do it. All right, I'm gonna make Basketball Wives a pre-recorded, or at least for today. And I'm gonna throw that out there sometime today, and hopefully I see y'all this evening at 6:15 for the Bravo Love Hotel. I still gotta watch it. Oh, it's live for the day. All right, Scotty got his live for the day. Mine pre-recorded. Okay, because I want to still be able to do Bravo's Love Hotel today. I want to get them all done today if I can. So mine gonna be pre-recorded. So I love you guys. I love on you guys. Thank you guys so much. I totally appreciate the cash app that I received. It was real sweet of you. Thank y'all so much for the likes. I totally appreciate y'all. Shout out to everybody that came here that was being interactive. I totally appreciate y'all for that. I tried my best to be fair, so I don't want no mess in these comments. And yeah, I'll see y'all later on today and later on this evening sometime. Hold on. Let me get y'all up out of here the proper way. Let me get y'all up out here on the proper way. This just for y'all. That.
And yeah, you know what's up. Ain't nothing I want.